Hey, it's time for another hangout. Well, it's actually time for another 2 hangouts. The first will be on Thursday the 14th. The second will be on Thursday the 21st. They'll both happen at 5 p.m. Pacific time. This is where we jump on to Cam and talk with all of you concerned citizens. We all just hang out and chat about everything that's going on with us and the world. And if you'd like to join us, head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns to find out how.
Use schmutz every day.
The fucking future is garbage. This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. I have a story from the New York Times.
The New York Times.
From Carl Zimmer.
Oh.
That's right. To an institution and a human being that no one's ever heard of in the world of
somebody
science.
has heard of.
Young upstart, Carl Zimmer, may go somewhere in the world of science and communication.
I'm sure somebody's heard.
Yeah, maybe somebody's heard. Here's what's up.
What's up?
What if we could inject information into brain?
Inject information into brain?
So brain,
I'm ready.
Brain doesn't have information.
Yeah.
Inject information.
Yeah.
Then you have it.
I like this idea.
Great idea,
This is
right?
how I know Kung Fu, right?
Exactly. That is exactly how you, Jeff Canada, know Kung Fu.
Right.
But also, this is something that we are testing right now on a monkey.
Monkey know Kung Fu?
That's the problem. It worked too well.
Oh, no. Everyone who goes in a monkey cage gets karate chopped to the neck?
That's right. And now there are 7 DreamWorks movies about it. So here's what's up. The example that is given is you are driving to an intersection, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you like to hang out at intersections, I guess.
Man. Well, it's way better than single streets.
Sure.
It's like 2 birds with 1 stone.
Think about this. Twice as many things happen at intersections.
It's so great. I'm so sick of just 1 street's worth of stuff.
Nah, man. I got to expand my horizons. One day I'll get out of this street. I'll go all the way to the corner. It's a story about making it out of your hometown into the greater world, but told from the perspective of a 4-year-old.
Yeah, who befriends a karate monkey.
One day, I go all the way to Streetlight. I'll go there. I'll see what at corner.
DreamWorks presents a story of discovery.
Do you remember?
And karate monkeys.
Can you remember, Jeff, 100 years ago being a child? And
no.
Wanting to, because it's probably more like 200 years ago for you. But being like, one day I'll be able to go all the way to the corner.
Yeah.
That is, one day I'll be able to go all the way to the intersection, and then I'll know.
I think about that.
Then I'll know what's over there.
I think about that with my son, who
you will never allow to see an intersection.
No, God, no. Why would I ever allow that? He spends so much of his day in our home, and dreams only of going outside. Like he'll walk up to the door, or the glass door to the backyard, sliding the door, and like just want to go outside, because outside is everything.
Yeah.
And I don't let him, of course, because the sky is on fire.
Because you treat your child like I treat my dog.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what's up.
I give him treats.
You're driving to an intersection. The sight of a light turning red triggers your knowledge and your reflexes and everything. And you go, oh, red light.
Karate chop!
Karate chop. And that's why this technique will never work. And you stop, right?
I depress the brake on my car. Right.
Yeah. We all get it. So your eyes are relaying signals to the visual centers in the back of your brain. Those get processed. They travel along a pathway to the premotor cortex. And that's where your brain plans movements. And then it moves physically to your foot, where you actually press the brake.
Right.
Now imagine we can shortcut the pathway.
Okay.
Instead of going eyes, premotor cortex, down through the nerves and the muscles and everything, we could somehow skip all that and just go directly to foot.
Just make foot brake?
Make foot brake.
So red light, foot brake. Brain's not involved?
Brain's not involved.
Oh, that doesn't sound problematic.
No, it's not problematic. It's science. So here's what's up. Rochester University, they have managed to introduce information directly into the premotor cortex of monkeys. So what we're actually talking about, Jeff, is let's say you are you have impaired vision.
Okay.
Or you're colorblind or something like that. And streetlights, for whatever reason, you're just like, oh man, I don't see red lights as well as I should.
Right.
But what if we could somehow give that information to your premotor cortex?
So you're saying no longer do I need to interpret it. I don't need to go, oh, I know that that's red, and I know what red means. Red means stop. Your brain just goes,
time to stop.
do it. It just happens regardless of your input.
So these monkeys
or awareness
were sat in front of a panel equipped with a button, a knob, and a handle.
Oh, a button, knob, and a handle.
Okay?
Yeah.
So each object had LED lights around it. If the lights around an object switched on, monkeys had to reach out their hand to it and either, pull up on the knob or whatever to get a reward.
Okay.
So
they're waiting for a light, interpreting that light as a
push
go
a button,
sign.
turn a knob, flip a switch, right?
It's basically a game of Bop It. They're just playing. They're playing
Bop It for monkeys.
Twist it.
Yeah.
Yank it. Bop it.
So they learn how to play the game. And after they learn how to play the game, they then place 16 electrodes in the monkey's brain in the premotor cortex.
Okay.
All right? Each time a ring of light switched on, the electrodes transmitted a short, faint burst of electricity, and the patterns varied according to which object they wanted the monkeys to manipulate. So let's say,
they're
for
fucking
example,
puppeteering monkey brains?
No.
Okay.
So here's what's up. Lights go on around the knob.
Yeah.
When the lights go on around the knob, a specific sequence of those electrodes goes off, like maybe 1, 3, 5, 7. Okay? Monkey goes, 1, 3, 5, 7 means turn the knob.
Okay.
This is not an electrode that forces the monkey to move its hand.
Right.
There is nothing forcing the monkey to make any movement.
Right.
All the monkey knows is that when that light goes on, 1, 3, 5, 7 goes off in his in the cortex. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
After a while, they don't turn the lights on at all. They start making the lights dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and just stimulating the cortex.
Ah. So the impulse, you remove the light from the equation, but the impulse is what's important.
The impulse
You've programmed the brain to react to a certain stimuli. It doesn't even need to have the stimuli anymore.
Exactly. It doesn't need to see a thing, hear a thing, smell a thing.
Wow.
There is simply a signal being sent to the brain that says, hey, thing is happening.
Right.
Which is faster.
It's like the fucking Manchurian Candidate. You say the code word and they switch on the monkeys. All the monkeys rise up and now they all know fucking kung fu. And they karate chop you to the neck.
This is nothing like that.
It's all an army of karate chop neck monkeys. And because you said the magic word, which in this case is banana, which fucking monkeys love bananas anyway, so it's already programmed. 1, 3, 5, 7, like you said. That's how many bananas a monkey will eat over the course of 1, 3, 5, or 7 minutes.
Wake up, sheeple. Also, where are the sheeple in all this?
Oh, the fucking sheeple. Don't even get me started on
They're
the
like
half-man,
sheep, but also people.
Sheep.
No, so this is, I want to reiterate, because as I was reading it, these are the things that occurred to me as well until I got, as I was getting farther and farther in the article and really thought about it more, I had to understand nothing is forcing any action. Nothing is forcing the monkey to turn a knob. The monkey they don't actually know how the monkey is experiencing the feeling of these electrodes, because it doesn't feel like a pain. It doesn't feel like an electric shock.
Right.
It's not something that's forcing the monkey's arm to move. This is simply something that is stimulating the cortex. It's almost like, the transcranial stuff that we talk about, where it's like, it's just sending a little more current to the brain, to a particular area. That's kind of what's going on here. So it's not something that they don't know if the monkey's seeing something or smelling something or feeling something, because they can't ask monkey.
Oh, God.
They don't know how the monkey...
And you know what? They don't care.
And they don't care is like the bottom line.
Feeling anything.
They don't care. Maybe the monkey's dead inside. Maybe the monkey hasn't felt anything for years in this relationship.
Maybe it's excruciating pain. They don't care.
They don't care, and that's the problem. The number one cause of the breakdown of relationships is apathy, and the number 2 is contempt. All right?
Yeah. Which is the 2 most important feelings to have as a scientist.
Yeah, towards a monkey.
All they care about is the monkey winning at Bop It. And if they fucking create the world's greatest Bop It monkey...
These underground scientist Bop It leagues
that's all they care about.
Have got to stop.
We really should regulate them.
Did you see the Vice thing about it?
About the underground Bop It monkey ring?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, it was terrible. They sent some kid in a fedora with a mustache into these fucking monkey rings to see scientists from all over the world.
Yeah.
And this is what happens when we cut grant money. Okay?
They need to do
scientists
shit like
go
this?
underground.
Yeah.
with these super monkeys that they've created through apathy and contempt.
Yeah.
And you sit and you watch 5 monkeys in an electrified cage bop it, twist it.
They are twisting and
And they
bopping
gotta
it
do
all
that.
day long.
Man, you do not want to see what happens to these monkeys that lose.
Yeah.
They get taken back to the lab for further testing.
Yeah, which is awful.
I mean, it's awful, but it's basically the same.
And the problem is the first rule of Bop Club is you don't talk about Bop Club.
The first rule of Bop Club, Jeff, is actually bop it.
Yeah, and then the second
rule is twist
it. Yeah. And then the third rule, though, is don't talk about...
Well, the fourth, you get down to like rule 5 and it goes, don't talk about it.
Don't talk! Stop talking!
Bop it. Twist it.
Yank it!
Keep quiet.
Don't squeal! Yeah.
So what this basically is they are thinking about this in terms of, can we, let's say for somebody that can no longer send physical signals to their legs to move. That pathway is broken.
Yeah.
Is there a way, or somebody who is experiencing, like I said, issues with their sight or issues with, they just, for whatever reason, the brain is not communicating as quickly or as properly as it should to other areas. Can we eliminate these pathways and go directly to what needs to be done?
Right.
So it's not like the monkey gets a shock and twists the knob to stop the shock. It's not like the monkey's arm juts out when it gets the shock automatically. It's more like,
it's like incepting the idea of doing it.
Yeah, it's not even doing it. Like I said, it's weird to think about this as causing an action because it doesn't cause an action. What this does is replace the perception of something. So it would be like hearing a doorbell without the doorbell actually going off. It would be like just knowing someone's at the door.
Oh, right.
That's what this is. It's almost like...
It's removing the stimuli, but having the sensation.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know how that helps in people that are, paraplegics or something. If they're still unable to communicate, isn't that still a problem? Because it's not about transcending the broken communication line. It's actually replacing what the stimuli is with no stimuli. It's saying, I need to get somewhere, because mom rang the dinner bell, but there was no dinner bell. It's just I felt that need to go somewhere.
So basically, it's less about paraplegic in terms of a severed spinal cord.
Yeah.
It's more about think about something more like I don't want to say that this is specifically it, but think about something like an MS or a Parkinson's.
Okay.
Where because of problems in myelination and connections within the brain, certain areas of the brain are not sending out the information that they should.
Right.
So if you think about it as a process chain, right? Visual cortex to prefrontal, to all these things. Let's say somewhere along the line, one of the cortices that's supposed to send information to the next part of your brain to tell you to move your arm can't send that information. Somewhere along the chain where it's going through 5 different parts of your brain to say move your arm, one of those has failed.
Right.
Something along in the computer network has failed.
Okay.
It's basically like jump a node.
I see.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like okay.
So farther down the chain, basically, it gives it the illusion of that stimuli.
Exactly.
Right.
So I can see a green light, and then maybe there's something going on in my brain where my brain is not communicating properly with my legs. But I can skip to another part of my brain that is, and I can see a red light and still hit the brake.
I feel like you shouldn't be driving at that point. I mean, I don't want to be ableist.
But not yet.
Yeah.
But maybe soon, right?
Maybe.
If we can find a way to help people who have suffered some sort of a brain damage or have some sort of degenerative condition to skip the parts of the brain that have that degenerative condition, but use the parts of the brain that are good.
Right. The thing the distinction that I'm coming to, that I'm understanding, which I think was maybe a little misleading at first, is it's not like see red light, push brake. It's have the sensation of having seen the red light and get everything that means.
Yes.
Like I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to brake or try to run this red light or whatever. Yeah. It's just the red light didn't happen, but I have the sensation of all of the circumstances that surround what would be like if I saw a red light.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't have to push the brake. You can do
Right.
whatever you would normally do during a red light.
But you get
if this is your Thelma and Louise moment, that's fine.
It's the impulse that I recognize as having seen a red light, but there was no red light.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it is.
That's wild.
That's great.
Yeah.
And it's weird because my brain immediately goes to, okay, first things first, we use this to do exactly what it's talking about and stop these degenerative things from harming the quality of life for people that have them.
Right.
But then, Jeff.
Then
we
create phantom worlds that aren't actually happening.
Perceptual psychic abilities, Jeff.
I mean, you know what this is?
Forget wearing a watch to know. Did you ever read Alex and Ada, the comic?
No.
Really great comic, all about transhumanism. It's really super brilliant, and it wrapped up last year.
Yeah.
So you can buy it in a collected edition. It's basically about a guy whose rich grandmother buys him what is supposed to be like a companion bot, a sex bot.
Uh-huh.
But he's like weirded out by it, and he just wants her to be a person that he can hang out with.
Okay.
And he doesn't want her to be, he's like, no, just be you.
Right.
But it comes in a near future where there isn't a doorbell. He gets a brain signal that says there's someone at the door.
That's amazing. So
he gets a brain signal about an instant message, and it's like, this person just sent me this.
Where my brain goes is you could create fucking kick-ass VR where I'm actually getting the sensations of things that are occurring. It's an entire virtual experience.
Yeah, Jeff, but if that happens and you die in the game,
you die in real life.
You die in real life. And that's something that scientists have to think about when they're making these Kung Fu monkeys.
That's a good point, because the Kung Fu monkeys, while they prefer just karate chop to the neck to knock you out, they will use lethal force.
Yeah, if they're told 1357, absolutely.
The banana code word switches them all on.
You remember that famous Beatles song, that lyric?
Yeah.
The banana code word switches them all on.
Yeah.
George Harrison wrote that one.
I think he did. It was during the weird period where they were into all that LSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kids, you don't have to like the Beatles if you don't want to.
Or ask your parents if you don't want to ask them.
Yeah. I think this is an amazing beginning of a breakthrough. The thing that spooks me right now that we're going to find out about is, what do these implants actually feel like? Right?
Yeah.
Once they do this enough on animals, we go into human testing, and then we're going to have somebody that is able to tell us, hey, what happens is it's this weird feeling of purple, or something. Like, it feels fuzzy.
Logically, if it works with 100% accuracy and no side effects, which, is a question in and of itself. But if it does, let's say it does, wouldn't it feel like, I mean, you've had that sensation before, like we've talked about, where like, oh, is my phone vibrating in my pocket? Oh, no, wait, I'm not carrying my phone right now.
But we're thinking of things that are familiar to us, and we're ascribing those things to these implants because we don't know what they're like.
I agree with that. And clearly there could be a weird purple world where it's like, oh, that,
it does look purple, Jeff. I think it just feels purple.
Then Prince would be happy. But I would think that if you perfect it, it just always feels like a thing is happening that's not happening.
Maybe.
So in your Sexbot comic, you could like have...
It's not a Sexbot comic.
I mean, that's how you presented it.
But I mean, it is. Yeah, it's kind of a Sexbot, but it's not. It's not. Read Alex and Ada. It's wonderful.
In your, your recreational pornography that you're talking about.
Yeah. I only read porn comics. Hit me up for the best porn comics.
You could have a situation where, you watch pornography and it feels... The sensations are the same as having sex.
Sure.
Nobody would want that.
Is that where you were going this whole time?
Nobody would want that. That probably wouldn't sell.
How do you guys feel about this?
Or sex could feel purple.
What are you thinking about using it for? How do you see this technology applying to you in your everyday lives? Let us know on Twitter. I'm at @Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those Purple World. And hey, do you have shirts?
This kind of is like the Purple Man. I didn't even make that connection, but the fucking Purple Man,
it's not like the Purple Man.
He suggests shit to you.
He can't make you do anything.
Okay, sorry. Shirts,
but if he could, he'd make you go to our store. We have concerns.com/shop. Buy yourself some shirts for the holidays, because being naked is a crime most of the time.